This is a quick walkthrough of the app called VidMoLyze. This is an app that I created for math and science teachers and students to analyze motion of objects in videos. Anyways, if you look at the top right corner, you will see that you can either create a new video or you can select an existing video from your photos. So I'm going to go ahead and select an existing video. And here's one that a video that I recorded that's about 7 seconds long, so it's pretty short. I'm going to go ahead and long press on the video now that it's loaded into the listing, the index. And I get the option of calibrating. If you prefer, you can just press and drag to the right or slide to the right, and then you can get to calibrate in that way. The first thing that we got to do is we got to let the software know what the dimensions are inside the video. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in, and I went with a tape measure, and I measured from the top of that thumb down to the bottom of the hand. So I'm going to add an end point that starts at the very top of the thumb, and I'm going to add a second end point that goes to the bottom of the hand. And I'm going to try to make that so that that is perfectly up and down, vertical, so that it matches the path of the thing that I'm about to drop and analyze. I can tell you that from the top of the thumb to the bottom of the hand, it was about 40 inches. So I'll go ahead and hit done and then save. And now I've calibrated. And if I want to, I could always go back in and I could always edit the calibration. But I'm going to move on to set origin and axes. So the next thing we'll do is let's get to a frame in the video where something's happening. So let's see here. Here is the ball dropping from the top of the wall. We'll get a little bit higher than that. Maybe a little. I just want the ball to have some drop. And then I'm going to go ahead and say that's the origin. So I'm going to pinch out to zoom in. And once I've got zoomed in nice, I'll hit the Add Origin button. And then move this. This is known as a reticle, and that will set the origin for the coordinate plane for the data. So I'm going to go ahead and now set X direction, and because the ball is traveling downward, I want the Y-axis to actually be facing down. That way, as the ball moves downward, I will get positive numbers. You don't have to do things this way. If you want the negative numbers, that's fine. Also, I'm going to pinch out to make sure that I have this really as vertical as it can be. Let's see here. Let me see if I can pinch out and drag. Geez, that's the best I can pinch out. Okay, so then I click on the little grabber handle, and the goal is to try to get that as straight up and down as I can, and that'll be good. Now, I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And then again, if I wanted to edit either the calibration or the origin and axes, I can do that. Now I'm going to go ahead and set some tracking points. And what I'll do is I'll zoom in. The video by default is set to the same frame that where I set the origin. And I'm going to go ahead and just pinch out to zoom in a lot so that I really get that ball or the object that I'm dropping right in the center of my reticle. Now, the thing is that you don't have to use the center of the object you're dropping. You just need to pick a point on the object that you will be able to find and point to consistently. So anyways, I will go ahead and add a point, and then I will hit next, the next button, and then I will drag the reticle to the next position, and then hit add point, and then go to the next position, and then move the reticle to the next point and hit add point, and then next, and then let's see, let's go next again. There we go. And then add point, and then next, and then add point, and then next. There we go. And we'll add just that one more point. Now, normally I would go all the way down to the bottom of the video, but I don't want to take all that time and waste your time right now. I will show you one other thing, is that if you wanted to, you could use Auto Advance. And what that does, that just makes it so that after you add your next point, it will automatically go to the next frame, and so you'll be ready to add the next point. Just speeds things up just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and turn Auto Advance off. While I'm here, I do want to describe another feature of the screen. If you look down near the bottom where it says frame stride, it is because I imported the video. My software detected that the video was 30 frames per second, and as a result, it set the frame stride to 1 as the default. If I want to, I can change the frame stride, but frame stride of 1 works pretty well for 30 frames per second video. If you used my app to record the video, it will record the video at 240 frames per second. And it does that so that you eliminate motion blur when something's moving very fast. Anyways, if that happens, then if you use the app to record the video, then when you go to add your tracking points, by default, it will be set. The frame stride will be set to 8, and that way you won't have to keep going, 1 frame at a time over 240 frames per second. So anyways, just wanted to give you a heads up about that. That's changeable, but the default value should work for you just when you choose which video you're going to use. All right, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And now I've done everything that I need to do, and I can simply export the data. In my case, if I wanted to, I could email the data file to myself, or I could even upload to Google Drive, but I'm just going to hit Save to Files. And then where it says iCloud Drive, I'm going to hit Save. And by doing that, I can show you what the file looks like. So if I go to Files on my iPhone, and I'm in iCloud Drive, and I go to the last data file that I have, here you can see the data points that I just selected. So on the left column, you see the frame index, what frame we were looking at. And then the second from the left is the time, and that's how long it took to get to that frame. And then the third column is the X position, and the fourth column is the Y position. And in the case of vertical motion, it's really the time and the Y position that we're interested in. If you take this file and you pull it into the numbers spreadsheet or Microsoft Excel, or you upload it to Google Drive and pull it into a Google Sheets spreadsheet, you will then be able to create a graph of the data, and you can use the graph to analyze the data and determine things like velocity or acceleration. And that's really why this app was created. So anyways, that's most of it. I would like to create another video to show you how to analyze the data using a spreadsheet app, but I'll do that separately.